This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fought by water, bunkering that's being changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet?
It's still going. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Just a couple of feet. 1 under early in the round. Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first. This one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot. How did that not go in?
Be very happy with that one.
Yeah, lag putt. I mean, really, it's unrealistic to try and make those. So anytime you can two-putt from there is a good result.
Now on to the third, first par 5 on the course here at TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah, the length of the hole hasn't really changed. Used to be 2 fairway bunkers down the left. Now there's only 1. Still a hazard that runs down the right side. A strategic hole if you can't make this par 5 and 2 in a brand new green that has been completely changed.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
This one has a chance to be close. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Nice solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong. Safely on deck.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. But it is going to hurt the course.
Now to the 5th hole and a challenging par 4.
Slightly longer this year. Played off a new tee at the back, and there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. They've now been put together to form one, and in the perfect position that really make you think about your tee shot. It takes a very big drive to try and carry that bunker on the right. It's going to be at least 315 plus yards to get past that. green itself still tilts a little left to right and back towards the player.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet. Drops another birdie and moves to 4 under on the day. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's being stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart? Oh, if this is up, it's good. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Safely aboard, about 25 feet from the hole. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
What a beautiful roll right there, dead center. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
This could be a good one. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Back-to-back birdies and 6 under par. Now here at the par 4 8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers, when he goes after it like he is here.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Finishing out the front side now at the 9th. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. 1 bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Strong approach shot here at the 9th. And a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. And to the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4. Can we get a measure on that one? It's enormous.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Racking up the birdies. 7 for the day. Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
This one has a chance to be close. And it makes the green in regulation. Oh, dude, that's an eagle. Par 4 14th, and Frank, this hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway, actually makes the whole play a little bit longer than its 490 yards. Second shot is a little bit uphill. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. You don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you decide to go at the flag, you're going to have to carry that front bunker.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Continuing his fine play. Another beautiful approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. This has a good ring to it. -14. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
Oh, they are. This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. And drops it in. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
So a tester from 4 feet. Get in for eagle.
Which 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on the win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Settles in over the putt. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times it can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather than new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Oh, dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. But it's such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
He has this for birdie. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards. Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Fourth hole is 411 yards, par 4. And Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and take a few pictures. The views are absolutely stunning.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Just a tap in to finish the hole. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Now the fifth hole, par 4, 481 yards.
Find the fairway, and it's a fairly generous one, and you should have a shot where you want a nice lofted one over that front bunker to land softly on the green.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. How about 7 under par now? Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 165 yards from it. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Starting to put up some really impressive numbers. How about 8 under par with yet another birdie? We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs. And the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally, you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole. But, of course, everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you just got to keep out of your own way. I'm loving that balance.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
11 under on the deck. Standing over the ball here at the par 5 11th. Goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Knocking down all the shots today now, 13 under. Back here now at the 12th hole, par 4, 439 yards, Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left or right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways, littered with bunkers. So not only do you have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is.
Now this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank, how rare would this be if this putt drops?
Well, this is I'd like to say once in a lifetime, but on the odd occasion we do see back-to-back eagles. But it certainly is something to watch.
Just has the feel to that. Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water, Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here at this beefy par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer takes the front of this green and to the right. That's obviously where they get all the irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you're going to be looking at, that front left section.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have.
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through. But it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Ranking up the birdie stats today. How about this? 7 birdies on the card. Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Playing his second shot for the par 5. Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
So that was a medium-length putt. Speed was right on track, but the read wasn't where it needed to be. Count that. That's a birdie. Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course, and now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home, and speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in. And, of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon. That's an absolute beauty.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Frank, you've been there. What's it like to get on this kind of a roll? He's looking at a 5th straight birdie here.
Oh, that hole, it's not 4 1/4 inches. It's starting to look the size of a bucket.
Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course of the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It is the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Here we are at the first tee on this beautiful day, and we'll start off with a par 4. It's 424 yards in length. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, not exactly the kind of putt you want to start off the round.
Yeah, it looks like first hole nerves. Just needs to shake it off, take the bogey, and it's going to have to start again on the next.
+1 in the early going. Already teed up here at the second.
A little bit downhill, Rich. Once again, check for that flag. The front flags are always difficult because chances are you're going to have a downhill putt. When that flag's on the left side of the green, though, beware of that bunker. That's a devilish bunker shot coming downhill away from the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
And he's putting for par now. One over for the day. Frank, what are the players facing here at this short par 4 third?
It's uphill, so it'll play a little longer than what it measures on the card. The green, I think, is the most interesting aspect of this hole. That back portion, you have to really be precise there, but you can use the slope when the flag's on the front. Try and spin it back towards that flag.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Fourth hole now, 440 yards. And remember when that used to be a fairly long par 4, Frank?
Those were the days, that's for sure. Certainly not now, the way Jason Days and Jordan Spieth's of the game play. 2 bunkers down the right, got to respect that, but really anything in the fairway. And once again, it's the second shot. You have a very severe tilting green.
No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. Locked in on the read and the speed. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Back on the tee here at East Lake, it's the 5th hole. This is a muscular par 4, Frank, at better than 500 yards.
You just take 4 and walk to the next tee on any given day, Rich. Blind tee shots, really you have to hit a good one here, otherwise you're just sort of going to clock up at least a 5 straight away. Par 5 for the members, so it's a tough par 4 even for the pros.
Now getting set for the approach here at the 5th hole at East Lake. Frank, what's the right way to go?
Well, if you've got a long club in hand, you can sort of bounce the ball and let the ball sort of turn to the left. Everything slopes from that back right corner to that middle left portion of the green.
That's well played. Oh, good look at birdie.
This is an awkward length.
Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Frank, it's pretty simple here at the 6th hole. 209 yards over water. You need one good strike of the golf ball.
It sounds easy, doesn't it? Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Ooh, good effort right there. Almost made it. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Par 4 7th, slight dogleg to the left, 434 yards.
winding this one up. Does he have the power though? Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Frank, just a shade outside 15 feet.
Well, if you're going to be like that, Rich, it's 16 feet to be exact.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. This par 4 is a dogleg left with bunkers and trees on that left side of the fairway, so that should deter players from cutting the corner. Although often thought of as a birdie hole, this 8th has a relatively small, firm green surrounded by a deep bunker in front, thick rough on all sides. Birdies might not be as plentiful as people think. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. Solid play, heart of the green. And getting ready for the putt. Drops it, and he's at even par. Now to hole number 9, 600-yard par 5, and it's the first par 5 of the round. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Well, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. Frank a little too amped up trying to make eagle there?
Oh, well, you don't get the opportunity every day, Rich, so can't blame him for that. That birdie's the consolation prize.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. That was nuclear.
This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
This is a cross-country special. Wow, I thought he made that. Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
And that's in for a par. Now at the only hole on the golf course that starts with a 1 at the beginning of the yardage. This par 3 11th, just under 200 yards, 197.
does play a little bit uphill, so you might as well say it's 200 yards plus. Narrow entry into this green. Looks can be deceiving. This hole looks like a pushover, but stray a little left, stray a little right, and then you're sort of pitching across a green with a lot of tilt in it.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Settles in over the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Nice par to remain 1 under. Now at the downhill par 4 12th and looking at only 391 yards. Excellent looking shot here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Get down. Lay down. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Par for McIlroy. But you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. And a stout par 4 here at East Lake, the 13th. It's 476 yards. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Let's keep it going now at the 14th, 442-yard par 4.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. We mentioned just 2 par 5s here at East Lake, and here is that second par 5. It's the 15th and only 525 yards.
Yeah, this is a doozy, really, especially where it comes in the round. It forces you to attack the hole. There's plenty of trouble off the tee, bunkers right and that solitary one on the left. But the second shot, if you can just keep it slightly left of the flag, you'll notice the natural contours will send that ball to the right.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, you hate to miss from that distance. He has this for birdie. Well done, and 3 under for the day. Moving on to number 16 now, 481-yard par 4.
Another one that's downhill with the fairway sloping from left to right. Series of bunkers down the left side. It's not the end of the world actually to go on those ones down the left. Every now and again you'll see someone try and hit a driver and try and take them all out of play. Is that you?
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Yeah, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank, as we know in golf, it isn't just about the clean strike. He certainly hit that well. Hit it too well. It's about club selection.
Yeah, well, Rich, I was just going to say that's the wrong.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Frank, the par 4 17th at 455 yards has become really one of the most famous holes on the PGA Tour.
By virtue of that great up and down by Bill Haas when the level of the lake had been reduced just to the level where he could actually play that final third shot. The hole is a slight dogleg left, par 4, fairly flat. Those 3 bunkers down the right are absolutely perfect if you're going to just bail out to the right. You'll certainly learn how to play fairway bunker shots. If you can find the fairway, this green raise slightly and you'll see that gaping front bunker that protects the front.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Birdie try up next. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
Might be. Could be. Well, that just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown. The 18th hole here at East Lake is a par 3, 235 yards to the green. Now to the final hole here at East Lake Golf Club. And Frank, there aren't too many golf courses that finish with a par 3.
And that's why it's always under a debate whether you should finish on a par 3, especially one of this length. 2s are very, very hard to find on this green. And the reason why there's so many slopes and hollows here, the 2 bunkers, remember the great up and down from Jim Furyk from the right bunker, that's more than possible. But this is it. This is what it comes down to. Somehow make a 3.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Frank, can't fault him there, trying to make an eagle.
It's a rare bird, but the pleasure of making one, well worth the effort.
In red figures at 1 under par. And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391-yard second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers. All 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Now at the 3rd hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then, oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Wow, Frank, I mean, he put the thumb down on that one.
And kept it going, too. To mash that down like that, that's the air time, the hang time he got out.
Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
It's a dogleg right, par 5, 4th hole. Can you cut the corner here, Frank?
Well, you don't have to. There is a bunker down the right side that's going to take at least 280 yards to get past that. You can also cut it around there and sort of follow the shape of the hole.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Oh, bring the hammer, why don't you? Setting up an eagle opportunity. Frank, how rare would this be if this putt drops?
Well, this is I'd like to say once in a lifetime, but on the odd occasion we do see back-to-back eagles, but it certainly is something to watch.
No problems early, looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today. Safely on deck.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh yes, get in. 7 under par. Another birdie. All right, Frank, how about the 6th hole, long par 5?
Yeah, 3 bunkers off the tee. Avoid those. But if you hit a good one, certainly reachable. Ah, nice.
Looks good.
Whoa, talk about taking the head cover off and let it fly. That's beyond long.
Goodness, did he get all of that one? Wow. Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, we're moving inland now, and what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right. Ideally, just a little cut off the tee.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is one of the most famous holes in the whole sport, isn't it?
Postage stamp, just over 120 yards. It might seem short, but it's daunting. Many an Open Championship has been lost on this shortest of par 3s.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Headed for a handful right now. 4 birdies on the day. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. 1 bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that. But it's not that you're trying to carry it. It's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. And getting ready for the putt.
Let the birdie blitz begin.
Frank, 10th hole, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, it's a blind tee shot, so you've got to take it over those sandhills, but then you've got to hit the ball at least 260, 270 in the air. And then there is a run out as well, over 300 yards down there. You don't want to go too far off the tee.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
You know what's better than 2 birdies in a row?
What's that?
3. That's what he's going for.
That's a turkey in bowling, isn't it?
He's no turkey.
Frank, you come to an Open Championship and you expect to hear the term gorse. You see it here on the 11th hole. If you do end up in the gorse, what can you possibly do to get out?
Well, anything you can. A lot of the times it's an unplayable lie, but if you remember back 2004, Ernie Els tried to play a ball when it was suspended about 3 feet off the ground and managed to flick it out of the sort of the thorny gorse.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound rough down the right side. That has to be avoided. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Second shot, good look at the green. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality. I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
That is classy.
Well, had a chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here. Just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, this is nothing short of a dizzying, spectacular display of golf.
Yeah, we're starting to lose count. It just hit so many good shots in a row. But believe it or not, Rich, this will be for 8 in a row.
The back 9 here at Royal Troon has only one par 5. And here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997 playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it on the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3. This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good putt. 17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot. Second shot.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
Frank, now the final hole here at Royal Troon, and when you think about the legends who have made the walk toward the clubhouse and the claret jug, it really does give you a sense of where you're at. How about Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, Tom? They've all made the walk on this final hole to the claret jug.
And they've all hit great tee shots, and that's really what you need. There's a bunker for just about every distance to hit the ball. So there's 3 down the left, There's no other way around it but avoiding it. And there's one down the right if you try and play it too safe.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just dominated this hole, and he ends up with an eagle. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.